And turn this shit, nobody proud of me. How's everybody doing? This a bitch and she's about on me. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for doubting me. I'm with that in the hood. Now that me, I eat that pussy good. Welcome in, welcome in. Get your brains blown out. I'm disgusting, I'm probably ain't getting no money, ouch. Get my motivation, you the reason why I hustle now. Money, power. Doing my music loud. Thanks for me and telling me I'm dead. Below you down. That is on some hood shit. What's it gonna be through all your bullshit? Welcome in, Miss Julia GL. 1,000 miles past too rich. If I came from, we was in the trenches. Welcome in, Miss Courtney. Dirty ride, got the niggas in your feelings. I'm throwing money at the strippers. Welcome in, welcome in. We're just getting started. We are just getting started. We're gonna pump up the energy, get rid of that trash, you know. How's everybody doing? They will never touch you. Ow. You probably won't get no money. Ouch. You my motivation. You the reason why I hustle now. How's everybody doing? We're downstairs today because I feel like it. I just feel like a change of scenery. You know what I mean? Lay you down. How's everybody doing today? We're just getting started. We are just downstairs today. I just feel like change of scenery would help, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's more fun. We mix it up every once in a while. Julian, am I in a healthy relationship? We can do a love relationship message for you if you would like one. If that's something you would like, we can definitely do that. I guess just let me know. The list is open. We're just getting started here. We're doing 12-12. We're doing 12-12 today. So if you would like something felt into, like, we can totally do it. Megan, how is it going? Dealing with tooth infection, jaw infection on antibiotics. Oh man, Julia, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You should look up what tooth that relates to as far as what your body's is. I don't know why. I don't know anything about that, so I don't know why that just came out. But you should look at what tooth it is in relation to the energy of what that tooth symbolizes for the organ and the processes in your body. So I'm not sure why that's important, but I'm like not into that at all. Like I don't know anything about that. So that's interesting. How's everybody doing today? We're just getting started. Thank you so much for the puffs. Thank you. This is much appreciated. Going crazy, I'ma lose it. What did I miss? Some clove oil, some Guru Nadia concentrate mouthwash. Oh shoot. Are you doing Courtney, you did? Oh man. Okay, hold on. I just got in here. Hold on. I'm gonna toss collective real fast. We're gonna just jump into collective, and then I'll start with Miss Courtney. So we'll do collective first because I know some people like the collective, and then we'll pop off right with you. Okay, Miss Courtney, sound good, homie? I'm sorry. I don't know. This energy is just wild. Somebody's coming through all the clarity. I got the King of Cups out here on the table. I got the Ace of Swords as a bridge. You are bridging through your clarity. Clarity. I don't know why we put an extra vowel in it. What are we doing? Clarity. You're bridging through your clarity right now. You're starting to see things for what they really are, and you're not allowing things to hold you back. I feel the need to say that you're breaking your own binds, and when I'm saying you're breaking your own binds, I do have the devil energy out here as being something that used to hold you back, but it's no longer doing that. And I feel like you've had to find your own successes in life. And when I say find your own successes, you are somebody who has been emotionally challenged, and I want to use the word baffled. You've been emotionally baffled, if that's even possible. It's like you can't always make sense of what's going on. You don't always understand what you feel or understand what you feel, but you feel things very deeply. And they're just talking about how you're starting to really see how this has affected you. You're starting to understand it. It's starting to make a lot more sense now when I say this. You're bridging through victory. When I say you're bridging through victory, it's that you're truly starting to alchemize everything around you, and you're making it work for you. I got the Ace of Coins out here, and they're talking about your brand new beginning being something wild and crazy. And they're talking about your brand new beginning being like, they're using the word shackled. Shackled in adversity? Okay, alright. Calm down, team. That's wild. Shackled in adversity. We got the Sun card out here and the Devil in reverse. Yet again, they're just talking about how you've really been moving out of this space. You've been bridging out of the things that used to hold you back, the things that used to keep you bound and keep you trapped. And it's all because you're starting to see things clearly. And I want to do the thumb to the forehead, like you are seeing things clearly with your third eye. A lot of things are starting to make sense that didn't necessarily make sense. Like you understood the concepts of them. I want to tell you that you understood the concepts. You're not slow. But it's integrating it into the center. It's feeling it in the center. That was sometimes not always easy for you. And you could understand the concept, but you didn't understand it with your heart. You didn't understand it with your soul. It didn't necessarily always resonate with you. And this is what has triggered your comeback. And when I say your comeback, I feel like this is your re-rise, your re-acknowledgement, your put up, shut up. You're having to hold strong on what you're doing. You've come over and you've overcome. You've come over and you've overcome. All right, guys, can you slow down? You've overcome the craziest of ups and downs, and I almost want to say it's like roller coaster energy is the way that I want to say it. But you've overcome and you've alchemized the things that were keeping your heart chakra blocked. And when I say heart chakra, I really mean the chakra itself, in the way that not only you connect with everything that's around you, your feelers, your filter, your bridge, as far as your chakra centers go, but I'm also talking about how there's been a lot of struggle and a lot of strife in your life that you've had to come over. You've had to overcome. What is the come over? You've had to overcome. Can we settle it? You had to overcome, and you had to get past, and this is what's firing off your wands. This is like, I feel like I'm getting images of like someone firing at the hip, but with all the accuracy in the world. Like with all the accuracy in the world, and they're just talking about this ushering in your new beginnings. And as we're talking about new beginnings, you used to be viewed as a man with no foundations, and when I say man, it could be feminine as well, but I'm just using man as the way of like a human being man. Like, they're talking about because you have shifted so many times and you've been through so much, you've had to start again several times. And they're talking about the death card being out here again, and it was almost like you were fighting your own movement. You were fighting yourself in a lot of ways, and now you just stopped that. Like, I want to say you almost woke up different. That's the way that I want to say it. You just woke up one day and you woke up different, and you were no longer holding on or harping on the things that you used to. It's like you like outgrew the story, and you grew your own strength, and you grew your own courage, and nothing was allowed to hold you back anymore. And I just feel like you're sitting in the middle of this energy of like, this is like truly your last stand. And when I mean it's like your last stand, it's like this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, it's already happened. This last stand is all about your movement. This last stand is about where you're going, not where you've been. It's where you're heading. So they're telling you to think big. So if you are somebody who has been limiting yourself, my God, the burp energy transmutation is crazy right now. If you are someone who's been limiting yourself in one way, shape, or form, I feel the need to remind you that you're a limitless being. You are a limitless being, and you are not stuck or trapped in any way, shape, or form. That is a construct of the mind that has been holding you back. That is what that is, but you're bridging out of it. Jesus, that flew out there. You're bridging out of it. know who told you that you couldn't do it. I feel the need to like really say this. I don't know who told you couldn't do it, but they just said that because they couldn't do it. They just said that because it was something that was difficult for them to do, and they couldn't muster up enough of the to get it done. So that was them accidentally projecting on you, telling you it wasn't possible if they couldn't do it. I feel like you know that, though. I feel like you see that for exactly what it is. It was their shortcoming, not yours. And now that you've realized that, you've actually begun to reestablish your strength and who you are, where you come from, and what you mean. Like, put respect back on your name. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're standing up finally. Like, you're finally standing up in the bleacher sheets, like, shouting to the moon because you get it now. I feel like it took time. I feel like for you, it really did take time. What are we talking about? It took time. It took time for you to bridge out of feeling bad. And we got the 8 of Wands upside down. It wasn't as quick. It wasn't as passionate, but it took time. But I feel the need to tell you that I do have the completion card out here, and it's making me want to flip this 8 of Wands upside down again, or right side up maybe. It's making me want to flip it over again and say that that's actually that what is going on? Can we slow down? That's actually what is happening, is that you're flipping things so that works for you. Welcome to being the alchemist. Welcome into making shit work for you. Welcome to flipping the energy in what you need it to be instead of what people tell you it has to be. Now I'm telling you, you're flipping your script. I feel the need to tell you you're perpetuating your wheel. I feel the need to tell you that you're going to catapult yourself forward. Because of the massive shift that you just had. And I feel like you're going to want to downplay it. But I feel the need to tell you don't downplay it at all. As we got the Tower and the Making a Break for it card. Don't downplay it at all. I'm going to grab this deck. We haven't used this deck on live because it's my private deck. You're moving to bigger and better things. Like bigger and better things. This is your wheel. It is the center of your wheel. You're no longer keeping yourself stuck or trapped. You see how you crystallize yourself away from everything. You're no longer doing that. You're no longer dissociating. I feel like you were maybe somebody who left mentally in order to feel better about things, but you're not doing that anymore. Kudos to you. This is you truly making the movement move. Like, you're truly doing it. There's no trying anymore. You're doing it. And Spirit wants to commend you for it. That's the only thing I know how to say, is the Spirit wants to commend you for it, because they won't shut up about it over here. They're loud as all get out. They're talking so fast I can barely even talk. Wild. If you feel as though the energy just took an upswing, it did. It's kind of been in the dumpster, in the trash, dumpster, in a flood, on fire for a little while now, but we're starting back into the swing up, and I feel the need to say that everything's speeding up again. And I know me and Keys talked about it privately a little bit ago, but it's spinning up again, and this is all good things, because when the collective starts to move together as one, that's when the big shifts happen. That's when the big things happen, and that's what kind of season we're shifting into right now. Is these big climbs, is these big movements, the shield spinning. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Keys. Yeah, you're right. You're right, fam. Yep. It is. I'm sorry. It is. Yep. It is. Yeah. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, I didn't think about my shaman deck. I didn't think about that deck as being important. So that's my bad. Yep. 100%. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. The list is open. We're doing 12/12. We have Cash App and we have Venmo if you would like to get in the list. It's first come, first serve. I believe I have Miss Courtney. I'm going to check that space because I have not gotten a notification yet. But let me check that space and I will be right back, okay? I'm just excited. Take your time. Oh, I don't know what's going on today, so... I don't know what's going on today, Miss Courtney, so just strap on in, girl. Alright, I'm going to check spaces. I'm going to be right back, though. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm back. I always just feel bad. Just give me a second. We're going to go to the other space now. Alrighty. Miss Courtney, I got you on the list, girl. Do you have anything you would like felt into? Do you have any question, Miss Courtney, that you would like shot up or asked or pulled on?
Check out these deals of the week at Walgreens.
I feel like I'm going like a mile a minute. I might need to run and get a crystal. Because I just feel like I'm like... Miss Crystal, you're Miss Crystal, god dang. Miss Courtney, you're still here, right? Miss Courtney? Maybe not? Well, I don't want to pull for you if you're not here, Miss Courtney. I know you gave in. I know you were just here like 2 seconds ago. Welcome in, Kristen. How's it going? Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. While we're waiting for Miss Courtney to pop back in. Maybe her phone died or something. Well, Keys, if you see Courtney pop back in, just let me know, homie. And we'll stop what we're doing, you know what I mean? And we'll pull for Miss Courtney. And then if she doesn't, we'll just send it back, you know what I mean? So if Miss Courtney comes back, just let me know. You know? Now they are. I thought you left. You know, no comments came in. Nope. No comments came in. No worries, Kristen. No worries, dude. I'm glad you made it. So, Miss Courtney. And I didn't even get the message that said, like, comments were blocked or anything like that. So, would you like a general or would you like, something in particular, or do you have like a question you want pulled on or something like that? I've been told in the world and now I'm lonely. Courtney? I can't see any of your comments if you're commenting, hun. I have no idea. Like, nothing's coming up. Nothing. I see you continuously rejoining. Yeah, nobody's seen any other ones, Miss Courtney. Yeah, no, we only all see one of her comments. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Maybe try exiting the app out like altogether, restarting your phone or something, you know, and then coming back maybe. I don't know why that would be happening, because I can see everybody else's comments, I think, and I'm not getting any like blocked comments reads, you know, like the little like. So maybe try like going all the way out, restarting your phone maybe, and then like coming back in, or shutting the app all the way down or something. I don't know. I just don't want to, I don't want to pull and then you not want a general. Like, I know you'll be able to rewatch it, but like, if you want something specific, I just don't want to assume you want a general. You know what I mean? And then like, crazy with it. Yeah. Go ahead. Sure. Yeah, you guys can always ask collective questions, and collective questions are anything that does not involve me tapping into your energy. So feel free, drop it on down. Can you still connect with someone who was cremated? Yeah. To my knowledge, yes, I can. To my knowledge, yeah, I can, because. Let me just think about that question. Yeah, I can. Yep. I'm trying to think of everybody I've talked to. Yeah. I've had a couple who were cremated. Although I do think, and this is just completely a personal thing, I always wonder if that's why a lot of the older energies don't linger around. Like, I feel like you don't find a lot of like Viking ghosts or Norse, or Slavic, like the ones who had like burial by fire stuff. Like, when you listen to people who talk, who they deal with like past people or dead people or whatever, it's like they don't, like, you never really see anybody hunt, like doing a ghost hunt or whatever, and then all of a sudden you have like some like, cultural thing that would have been death by fire. So I do think it's really interesting. But I know in now times, like in the last 20, like probably 15, let's be realistic, probably 15 years, I've communicated with several who were cremated, some of which I know and are on, like, in my family, like my uncle and my grandmother. And I did have two, and I guess technically 4 if you consider 2 dogs, 4 that were cremated and were not of relation to me that we were able to make contact with. I really think it depends on the individual, who you're communicating with, though. Because sometimes their like belief system can sometimes get in the way with how they communicate, you know what I mean? I was wondering for my aunt. Her ashes are with me in my house, but I was told no, she couldn't. I think it's just what you believe, to be honest, because if as a person, if I believe as like a reader that I can't do something, then I'll never be able to do it. Because I've already shut myself off to it energetically. But I know that I have had it happen. Although I will say that I feel as though I don't get too many people, I feel like, who reach out about cremations, like about loved ones who were cremated. I feel like I get a lot more people reaching out because they buried a loved one rather than cremated a loved one. And I don't know if that's just like because burial's still more widely, done over cremation, and that's just like the odds, but entirely like, I've been working on this for years. No, like it's entirely true, and I've asked myself all the same questions, like, are there limits to what we can do, what we connect with, how soon we can connect with things? Because when I was growing up, we're talking 90s, early 2000s, when I was really getting kind of into the idea of this, like, it was kind of always taught that you have to kind of wait a certain amount of time after somebody passes before you can make like a solid connection. And why I do tell people to not seek me out until there is some sort of a grieving process that does occur. Just because sometimes their mixed energy can get in the mix and it can be just more detrimental to the person than anything else. Like, I usually tell them to wait for their own health, not for because we can't connect to spirit. But it was widely taught when I was getting into it and researching for myself this kind of stuff when I had all my big things happening. And what it really boiled down to was I had to kind of be proven to how that wasn't the case. Like, and that happened with my grandfather. He died 5 minutes, if that. 5 minutes, he died. We got a phone call from the hospital saying that he died. And he was in my living room. Like, I was told he passed. 2 seconds later, he was calling my name. So I think that was the turning point, because I was like, you can't deny it at that point. And then I always get the people who are like, well, I can't talk to, like, there's always somebody who you'll find out in like the community who will be like, oh, well, I can't talk to this person because of XYZ, and oh, they don't want to do this, and I'm just like, I feel like that's more of a us problem than a spirit problem. Does that make sense? Like, I just think that if we can't make communication, there's something going on that's inhibiting us from communicating. Whether it's just not a good channel, whether they're still working on a lot of things, or whether they don't have much to say. Because sometimes, honestly, spirit doesn't have much to say, which is interesting. And then you have some that doesn't shut up. But I always take that as like a me problem. I think there was only one time when somebody's past loved one told me it was them not wanting to communicate. Like, they were flat out just like, I'm not ready to talk about it. Like, there was something surrounding like their passing or what they did, or so, like, and they flat out were like, I don't want to do this. But a lot of times it's like I feel like it's a us problem. Like, if I can't communicate to something, it's a me problem. That's the way I look at it. Now, I do think there's a learning curve, because I've met several spirits who will say that sometimes communicating with each person can be different, especially energetically wise. So sometimes there's like a learning curve. So I have had like newly deceased spirits be like tinkerers and start playing with electricity, start like, kind of like having fun in a weird way, as something just walks through my hallway, starts having fun in a weird way. So I think it's just a continuation of like the exploration of themselves and the energy and that kind of stuff. But we got so far off topic, I'm so sorry. But yes, I can talk to people who have been cremated, including animals. So, excuse me, I don't advertise it, but including animals, like pets. I'm gonna be honest, there's not a whole lot of conversation, but there's a lot of images, and a lot of times they sound like 3-year-olds. Like, I don't know why, but they all sound like they're like 3. Very short sentences, short, concise, just like as if you were talking to a toddler, kind of a thing. So I hope that helps. Yeah, it can be really hard when it's your own fur babies. That's always rough. I feel like anytime it's related to you, it's always rough when you make communication. But yeah, I've seen several people, and I've helped several people, when people, because I don't know if a lot of people understand this, but more often than not, when your pet passes, somebody collects them. Like, I don't know how to make that make sense, but more often than not, when your pet passes, like, a physical person will collect them. Like, I have seen more people pick up dogs and walk off and just into nothing. Like, walk off into nothing. than I can like even like count. And I feel like people don't really think about it. Like, but I guess it depends on like what you believe and whatever, but like they just, oh God, I'm getting poked in the ear. But, so I think that's kind of cool, especially from the pet part. I don't read people's pet, like I don't open up books for reading people's pets, but I have had several pets that have come through, or we're talking about something and then all of a sudden they're like talking about this pet, or someone's grandma comes back with their dog, or like there's been like stuff like that's happened. Yeah, so my team is touchers. My team is a toucher. So sometimes if I'm either getting off track or saying too much or not paying attention or something, they'll start poking me in one space or something like that. So it's just usually to get my attention or to tell me to pay attention to what I'm saying or something like that. They use as like, they use it as like bumpers. Sometimes it can be like in reference to something. So if I'm talking with somebody, you know what I mean? And I'm like, my elbow hurts or something. And they're like, oh shit, like my elbow hurts too. Like blah, blah, blah. Like that happens all the time because I'm empathic and I'm a transmuter and I work with energies and I have certain abilities. Like I feel a lot of what people have on my physical body while we're doing reads and stuff like that. So it's entirely possible. From Ireland, Becca, oh my God, I think you're one of the furthest people we've ever talked to. I think technically yes, because if you go around the globe the other way. So I think that statement's correct. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. She would mess with my ears and took me for ears pierced. Oh, okay. Just a coincidence then. No, it's okay. Sometimes it can happen like that. 100%. Mr. J, welcome in. Miss Courtney, did you figure out your comment errors and all that good stuff? Were you able to get through? I don't see any. I'm scrolling back right now, but I don't see any new comments. But the list is open, guys. We're doing 12-12. And Miss Courtney, don't worry if we can't figure it out by the time we get off here. I'm just gonna send it back to you. But I would love to do your read if you want one. I just don't know how to like receive a message. You could try our email. Okay, wait. You could try our email. You can go to your email and you can, if you want to read, knowing that your comments aren't working, I can do that for you. I would just need you to tell me if you want it to be a question, or if you want it to be a topic, or if you want it to be a general. I don't know why your comments aren't working, and the comments are working for me over here. So if you would want it to be something like that, we can still do it. But you could just email me what you wanted. And I can check it. I got my laptop over here, so I can check it if you want to do that. But if you don't want to do it because you don't have comments, like I totally get that. And then I can just send it back to you when we're done. I can see, but if her comments aren't working, I won't be able to know what she wants. You know what I mean? So it's up to you, and if I don't get like an email, I'll just assume that I'm gonna just send it back to you. Does that make sense? Like I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? I'd rather you get a decent experience. You know what I mean? But our email is childofbalance369@gmail.com. No underscores, no spaces, all one word, and the numbers are actually numbers, not spelled out. Let me see if I can pull up Gmail just so that in case you do. Oh. In case you do, it's open. Because I don't think... Yeah. Because it just says reading. Yeah. Okay. So I just want to make sure that if you did have something like that, you know. But if you guys have collective questions, go ahead and drop them down in the comment section. I don't mind answering collective questions. Questions that are collective questions while we wait are questions that don't require me to feel into you specifically. But maybe they're on a spiritual topic or a suggestion, or maybe you want to celebrate a win. We could celebrate a win together. Like, that's perfectly fine. So feel free to use the comment section to your benefit, kind of thing. So how's everybody doing tonight? I feel like... Deb, is John talking to other women? He wants to get back together. So, I can't feel into John's energy in the way that you posed it, only because it would require his permission the way you posed the question, because it's sitting in his energy and not yours. However, we can do a, like, love relationship is, like, is this in your greatest, highest good to get back together? We can do that, but I wouldn't be able to pull on, like, the what is John thinking, feeling, or doing without his permission. So if you want, like, a love relationship kind of thing, we're doing 12/12 today. Yeah, we can do that, Zoe, because it is in your best interest. So, Miss Zoe, we could do that. All reads are 12/12 today, so if you would like a read, just let me know. Wanting you to tell me. Okay, so I got an email from Courtney. So let me read this. Courtney just emailed because she can't comment. So let's see if we just give her a couple seconds to pop back in here. I see her. Okay. This is Courtney. I'm so frustrated. I don't know why my comments will post. I'm just wanting you to tell me who I carry as spirit guides and if they have a message for me. Ooh, okay. I don't do that. I can talk to your spirit guides and I can tell you if they have a message, but I won't characterize your spirit guide for you. Like, I won't give them a whole character for you because they might not show themselves to me the same way they show themselves to you, because I'm a little bit more developed and things don't scare me anymore. So a lot of times they come slightly more normal, more natural. But I can give you whatever they give me, and we can still do the second part of your question, which is if they have any messages for you. So just, like, I don't know, just tap the screen if that's something you want, because I can see when you like. So just, like, tap the screen for a hot sec if that's something you want. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's what we'll go with, Miss Courtney. Thanks for playing. Alright, so here we go. Miss Courtney. So this is kind of weird and slightly cheesy. However, I don't know if you judge yourself in a negative way, and I mean in the way of how you look, or your appearance, but your team is right off the bat, when I was like, okay, team, like, what do you have to tell Miss Courtney? The very first thing that they said was, you're beautiful just the way you are. So I don't know if sometimes you get in your head about your weight or about the way you look and not either being enough or not being pretty enough, or if there's something holding you back with the level of confidence. But they're saying that that's not the kind of strives that they want you to be looking towards. Like they're kind of like marking it as like a label of pain for you. Oh, I have a hidden card. It's kind of marking it as like as a label of pain for you. Like, it's almost this idea of never looking perfect enough, or never being enough. Like, it's a very interesting thing, but they don't just mean it as like an internal, that like I'm not enough kind of a thing. And I can look at the screen because I know you can't comment. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not just being the I'm not enough kind of a thing. It's like an appearance thing. They keep pulling me towards the appearance and how you view yourself, and it causing you like a lot of anxiety, and it causing you a lot of like dissatisfaction within self. They're kind of talking now about your burdens, like setting your burdens aside. And when they're using the word burdens, they're kind of meaning like your hardship and the amount of duty that you have. And I feel like your feminine's kind of talking here. I don't feel like your masculine's leading. I feel like your feminine's talking here. So I don't know if you've been working on your femininity as a whole. But they're just talking about you starting to bridge into your emotions and kind of resisting it. I want to use the word kind of resisting it. I feel as though there's like a hesitation. Maybe that's the way I want to say it. It's not like a full resisting, but it's like a hesitation to really dive into it. I feel the need to tell you that you're not going to have a choice pretty soon. As the Page of Cups comes out, you're not going to have a choice pretty soon. You're going to be pushed into it, kind of like they would push a child into the deep end. That's kind of what they're getting at right now, is that she's talking about walking with you. And when I'm using the word walking with you, I do mean physically walking with you while you overcome a lot of your fears and that have kind of kept you in this perpetual state of... I want to use the word composure, like perpetual state of composure. That's the way that I want to use it. And she's talking about how you've kind of calmed yourself to the point of numbing yourself, but then coping and handling that with anxiety and with stress and with busy work is the way that she's talking about it. She's talking about you wanting to live, and she's using the word an enthusiastic, wanting to live an enthusiastic lifestyle, wanting to be fun, wanting to have joy, wanting to do all of these things in these moments. Like you want to, like it's like almost like you're asking not to have anything hold you back anymore is the way that I'm saying it. Like you're really trying to communicate not only to yourself but to like the universe that you don't want to be held back anymore. You don't want anything getting in your way. Like you just want to do it. But there's a lot of things that you have to come to terms with, and they're specifically tied to your emotions and your well-being. Now I feel the need to call you a dreamer. She's like, she dreams a lot. Now, whether you remember them or not is completely different. But they're talking about your physical dreams, and they're talking about in the way that you're a dreamer, in the fact that you have big dreams, and the fact that your big dreams are simple. And she's kind of going along the lines of like minimalistic. Like in the fact that you can be a very minimalist in the way that a 303 is what just popped on my computer out of nowhere. So 303 is important. You can be a minimalist in the way that you do things, in the way that you handle things, in the way you cultivate what you're trying to manifest. And she's talking about because you are so simplistic with it, and because you ask for the minimum. And she's being very, very poignant when she's saying minimum. because you're asking for something that's so simple, that's already a given a lot of times, and it's something that you more than anything deserve right off the get. She's talking about how this is something that is easily obtainable for you. So your asks are coming is the way that I want to say it, and you're going to begin to see the difference. But she's talking about you learning, and you're slowly doing it, because I feel like your wheel's in motion, whether you realize it or not. Your feminine wheel's in motion. Your movement is happening. It's just not happening super, super quickly yet. It's going to, and it's going to start speeding up here. Because it's starting to gain, it's almost like they're showing me like almost like centrifugal force, maybe that's the word, centrifugal force, where it's like you start off, and it starts off, and then it just builds, and all of a sudden it's just like in a perpetual motion state where it's just shooting itself to the moon kind of a deal. It's going to eventually have this catalyst effect for you, just not, it's starting slow first until it builds up momentum. That's the way she's describing it, as being almost like a snowball that kind of compounds on itself and then keeps rolling. Thank you so much for the gifts. And she's talking about how she wants you to, not only that she wants you to, but she's hinting at the fact that your perspectives are changing, and your perspective on what you view as emotional abundance, emotional fulfillment, joy, and happiness. She's not talking about love right now, but she's talking about joy and happiness is going to be changing. It's going to be shaken up as we have the Four of Wands come out here for you, talking about solid emotional foundations. Filled with passion and happiness. And she's just talking about how this is going to be a long time coming, and this is going to be something that you've been working towards, and when it happens, it's going to require you to let go of the past. And it's the letting go in the past for you has been something that hasn't really come. She's just like, it hasn't really come, which makes me feel like it hasn't come easy. It's been a struggle, and it's been slightly difficult, because it feels like every time you get out from underneath of it, it's like, what's that movie, The Wizard of Oz, when the house falls on you? Like, it's like that kind of a feeling just when you think you're minding your own business and everything's going well, like, whoop. And she's just talking about the time for that is coming to an end. The time for being smushed under the weight of things is coming to an end for you specifically. I don't know if sometimes you feel like you're a disappointment. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I don't know if sometimes you feel as though you're a disappointment, or you do disappointing things that people wouldn't approve of. But there is like an undertone she's talking about, because she just blatantly like shot out there that you're not a disappointment. So I don't know if there's something that you've been working on or doing, or maybe you're just overcoming the idea that you disappoint people, or that that you being you might trigger people in a way that's not the easiest to have to deal with. I feel the need to tell you that you're going through a lot of mental breakthroughs, and I want to call them like your mental clarities. Things are going to be coming more into focus. You're going to begin to see not only yourself more clearly as you start embarking through your feminine journey, but you're going to start seeing the way that people treat you more clearly, and the reasons behind what they say and do more clearly, that it's not actually you, but it's a reflection of how they are. And I know that that's really easy to say, but there's something about like a level, there's like a certain level, and I feel like there's a certain person, because I feel like she's dancing around hinting at a person that I feel like you, as we're talking, already know who this person is. That's the way that I want to say this, but she's not coming out and saying it. She's not labeling this person as a figure quite yet in your life, but she is saying it in the way that makes me feel like you already have a name for this energy. You already have a character for this energy, and they're just talking about how you're gonna start seeing through the way that this person throws around not only their words but their energy in your face. And she's talking about how this is going to be something that allows you your freedom, whether you realize it or not, because you're going to start releasing yourself from the burden that it has anything to do with you. You're going to start releasing yourself from the burden that it's something that you're doing that's triggering this response, that it's something to do with what you are, who you are, or the way you exist, or the way you live, or your... No. And she's saying that this is going to allow you some breathing room. And I'm getting like tight in the chest, tight in the rib cage. Some breathing room, and it's going to help you to release some of the pain that has to do with all of this. Some of that like gut-wrenching, kind of like heartachy stuff. And I feel the need to say that this might be someone whose values are a little bit more traditional than yours, or a little bit more, I'm going to use the word rigid, a little bit more rigid than yours. And they're just kind of talking about how you're kind of like, oh my goodness, I almost dropped half the deck. You're kind of freeing yourself from this. She's saying, emotionally, you've balanced your masculine, and now she's talking about in you. You've balanced your masculine, and now she wants to help you focus on balancing out your emotional feminine, because that's the part of you that's been hurt the most, is what she's saying. That's the part of you that has been taken for granted the most. That's the part of you that has struggled the most. That's the part of you who has been trying to escape. That's the part of you that's been withdrawing away from things. That's the part of you that has trouble letting go. That's the part of you who has been abandoned or stepped on in one way, shape, or form by somebody else. That is the part of you that feels as though they are limited by everything and everyone, even when they're not doing anything. And that's the part of you that feels kind of pent up. That's also the part of you that feels that they can't escape. That's that boxed energy that you might feel specifically up in your chest, almost like it's kind of hard to breathe sometimes, because it's just like, that's your feminine fighting for space. And she's talking about how through what you guys are doing together, and I feel the need to tell you that you might not realize you're doing it. You might just be hit with an overwhelming amount of emotion at some point. She's linking it back to your dreams, because a lot of what you do, as far as it goes energetically, she's saying you're actually asleep for. It's when your subconscious starts to bridge together into a lot of other things that you start to do all of this work. And I feel the need to tell you that my playlist just switched. I have no idea what song this is, but it switched to Dark Country playlist, and it's literally like the Grim Reaper with a gun and 2 arrows. So like, I don't know what just happened and how I switched off of a playlist with like 80 songs that always plays to whatever is playing right now, but it feels very purposeful. The lyrics, he just said, you cry where you walk over all the lies. So I don't know if that has to do anything. I don't even know what song it's playing. Like, I've never heard this before. Like, the devil's rising, but you got him beat. I have no idea what is going on the playlist. I have no idea what's going on with the playlist, but I feel like this has to do with your rise. Like, I feel like this has to do with your standing up, with your release, with your establishing your feminine. I feel like she's talking about wings. I feel like she's talking about your wings and allowing your wings to fly when it starts talking about your feminine nature. Let me see if she'll give you any like fun tidbits about her. I don't typically ask but let's see if she'll give you any fun tidbits. Well, she's saying all in good time. Have you been actively trying to communicate to your guides? Because I kind of feel like I'm getting a picture of somebody sitting down and like having, I want to call it like open communication, but I'm not necessarily sure if it's specifically targeted at your guides or if you're just trying to set space for yourself. I feel like your feminine's saying both. I feel like she's saying both. I want to say that she's in the helm right now. I want to say I feel like she's like, I want to feel like she's the one driving the ship right now, and I feel like your masculine is taking a back seat. I just keep saying happy to help, happy to help. But I feel as though she's the one who's instilling all of your movement right now. So if you feel super confident kind of about what you've been doing lately, like more than normal, to where you almost don't feel like you're questioning yourself too much. Now there's still anxiety present and there's still nervousness because you're starting to break out of some things. But I mean, like, if you feel as though sometimes when you make a decision, you're like, oh no, that's it. And you just feel like this unbeknownst, like, sense of confidence. I feel like this is really coming from her. I don't necessarily feel like this is coming from your belly yet. I feel like she's helping you by backing your decisions with her energy. That's the way that I want to say it. By, like when you make, I want to say the right choice, but when you make a choice that's in your greatest, highest good, and you see it through and you stick through it, I feel as though she gets super close to you, and I feel as though she is exhibiting or exuberating, or whatever you want to call it, that abundance of confidence, that abundance of strength, that abundance of powerful feminine energy. That's actually coming from her. So you're not doing it alone, is the way that I want to say it. You're not doing it alone at all. I feel like that's all she really wants to say right now. She's gonna be working with you. She's gonna be working with you a lot, and I feel like most of it is gonna be subconscious for you, and you're just gonna have a couple of days in a row where you feel like you woke up different. But I feel the need to tell you, when we do a lot in our sleep, we have a couple days sometimes, and they may be scattered or they may be all at once, that you're gonna feel like a semi-truck hit you. Like, out of nowhere, you're just going to be whooped. It's okay when you feel that. You need to take time for yourself. Like, you need to put aside time for yourself. You need to start, giving yourself some self-love, some help, and those kinds of things. Like, if you need to rest, go rest. It's part of your subconscious not only coming on back online and back connected to your conscious, but it's also your light body elevating or leveling up or vibrating differently or tuning into a higher frequency, whatever words you choose to use. It's just like an upgrade in a way to your light body, but your vessel is what'll take the hit because it'll need to catch up. And so those couple days of rest will be catch up. And like I said, it can happen all at once, or it can be scattered. You can feel good, feel like trash, feel great, feel like a bus, but she's talking kind of about how that might be the case coming up the more that you guys start to work with things. I just feel like the need to tell you that you should be extremely open to whatever comes your way and giving it space and time for it to be moved through, even if you can't mentally understand it. I feel like that's extremely important because your feminine does not care right now to work in your mental processes. She's working very energetically with you, and she's working in your pathways and your nodes, and more in your chakras, and in that kind of a sense, more in your energetic light body. She's not as concerned whether or not you can understand it yet, but she's talking about how it will trigger, like the shifts will trigger a remembrance that'll cause you to have to deal with certain memories, certain people, certain past events that will then cause your brain to kick online, which will then cause the mental processes to begin. But she is not putting any emphasis on it right now. She says you think too much. You think too much, so she's not putting any emphasis on it. she says you think enough for the both of you. So she's talking about how that's not her focus. Her focus is your energy and your emotions and your feelings surrounding things. She's gonna turn she's gonna turn your feelers on, and that's the way that we say it over here. She's gonna kick on your like sensory feelers. She's going to kick on that type of your energy to where it becomes little feelers for everything going on, where it becomes a filter, where it becomes at a certain level to help you better maneuver what you have going on. So when I say that sometimes you won't understand why you feel different, you won't. And not in the moment. You don't understand why you feel down. You're not gonna. Sometimes not in the moment. And it's just because you're doing other work elsewhere. You're unconsciously doing conscious work elsewhere. And I know that sounds so hard, but that's entirely what she's talking about. The best things happen in the shadows, is what she just said. The best things happen in the shadows. But your celebration will be in the light, is what she's talking about. So you're going to do your work in the dark, and then your hoorah is going to happen in the light. So it means you're going to see it. You're going to acknowledge it in the presence of, like, your conscious brain, your growth and that kind of thing. But you might not initially realize, she's saying you might not even realize it's already begun. So it could be happening. You could be having a couple shifts in the last week or so. That may not seem like anything, but she's saying little by little. That's the way she's saying it, little by little. Slow and steady. Makes me feel like she doesn't want to overwhelm you because you still have things going on. You still have things you got to show up for. You still have things you got to participate in. Is the way that she's stating that. Things you have to participate in. She's like, yeah, be human. But yes. That is what she's talking about. That is what she's talking about, Miss Courtney. I hope that helps. She has a lot of mountain references. I don't know if you like the mountains or and I know you can't comment, but I don't know if you like the mountains or if you feel like sometimes things are an uphill climb. I'm not really sure, but I feel like she's making a lot of outdoor and a lot of mountain references. And I'm just seeing a lot of mountain images. She just keeps talking about the top of the mountain, the peak of the mountain, the this of the mountain, 9:59 on the clock. She just keeps talking about the mountain over and over and over again. Leap of faith off the mountain. Like, there's just, everything's a mountain. So maybe that'll circle back around and have some significance, or maybe not at all. But if you know what mountains mean. But I hope that helps, Miss Courtney. I hope that that gives you a little bit of guidance. Now I don't she's kind of quiet in her speech, because I know you said you wanted to know a little bit about her. She's not really allowing me to see much of her in the way of images, but she is kind of quieter in her speech. She kind of is hitting me at kind of like a little southern, to where they kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say southern grandma, because that's like, but she hits me kind of like, I don't know, like very composed, very like regal almost. She doesn't hit me as like overly sassy. She's very point to the point. But she has like this soft voice to her, to where I feel like sometimes if you're too loud, you're gonna miss what she's saying. Like if your head gets going too quickly, because she comes in so calm and because she comes in so peaceful, I feel like as though you might actually overlook that she's even there. So I feel the need to tell you that if you are amidst the chaos, and you just have a moment of being like this whoosh of calmness, I want you to know that that's her placing herself in your energy more, is the way that I want to say that. It's like her establishing herself more deeply in your energy in which to aid you. She's going to be your calm, where your chaos comes in. Now, it doesn't mean she can't rile up chaos with the best of them, but for you, she is acting as that calm in the storm, right now, and that very soft, very, very soft, like, knows her shit, but only speaks when spoken to, kind of a feminine, to where it's like she kind of is holding her cards a little bit close to her chest, in the fact of being like only giving you what you need, and just a little bit, just in little bits, as not to like overwhelm or overload, or not to mislead you or anyone, you know what I mean? Like, she's, where some people's guides are very sassy, they're very out there, they're very like, she seems like right now she's being very reserved, and she's only kind of saying what she needs to, is the way that it. So I don't know if it's just because she doesn't want to elicit you to think about a lot of things, or if it's because you're somebody who is too smart for their own good, and would figure out a little bit of the ins and outs of what she has planned. But that's how she's coming off tonight. And it could just be because she doesn't want to say too much, because we're in a public forum and blah, 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 and she don't know me. But it's just how she's coming off tonight. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Miss Courtney, for allowing me... Sorry, I thought she was talking. For allowing me in your energy and allowing me in your time and space. I hope this helped, and I hope it allowed you to kind of have a little bit of insight on what your feminine has planned for you. It sucks that you can't comment, though, but don't worry. I'm going to post this on YouTube. It should be up by tomorrow, within 24 hours, and it'll be timestamped, so you'll be able to re-listen to your read should you want to. So just know that's always an option. Our YouTube can be found in our link tree, or you can just go to YouTube and search Child of Balance. It'll come right up. So you can always re-watch it. It sucks that you can't comment, though, but I hope that it resonated, and I hope that everything, made sense, and, yeah. So thank you so much, Miss Courtney. I'm going to scroll back through here and see what I missed. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Megan, does Alex still think about me? So I can do a love relationship for you, Miss Megan, if you would like me to, but it would have to be in your energy and not Alex's, because I don't have his permission to work. Who is she referring to, may I ask? I was doing not a private, but I was doing a paid read for Miss Courtney. Thank you so much, D Fairy 1. Thank you so much for the rose. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for being here tonight. If anybody else would like to get on the list, this is last call. We are doing reads tonight for 12/12. We have Cash App. We have Venmo. If you would like something felt into, if you have a question, if you have a general, that's what it takes. So just let me know. When you come back in, when you donate, just let us know how you donated so we can get you on the list. So it's last call tonight. Pizza, did I see you slide on in here? I think I saw you slide on in here, girl. How is it going? How is it going? I could have swore. I saw you slide in. I looked up at the screen and it said pizza, and I was like, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, my dog's going wild. My dog's got the zoomies. So if you hear her little feet, mind your business. So how's everybody doing tonight, dude? Are we having a good Monday night? I know Mondays can be kind of crazy, but I hope everyone's having a good Monday night. I'm good. Good, dude. I'm glad. The energy was way pumped up when we first got on here. It's starting to simmer down, and I'm kind of happy because I'm going to be going to bed soon. I don't need to be blowing my crown off, you know what I mean? I'm good. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. I feel like things in the collective are starting to speed up a lot. I feel like things are starting to get moving again, where they kind of were a little stuck or stagnant before. So I'm kind of glad to be in the speed up again, you know what I mean? Monday night has been fire. Mama Mary, dude, how have you been? I have not seen you in here in a hot minute. How have you been? Have you been doing all the things? Has everything been going well? Like, details. How has everything been going? Are we excited? Are we having a good day? Like, I hope it's been going good. I feel like everybody could use some good Monday energy. And 1,000%. Like, we went live this, like, morning from the couch because I just felt like it. And, we had some great conversation in the live this morning. Today's been a rough toddler day. Yeah, the energy this afternoon was kind of wild. Like, after, like, towards the end of live, so when did we get off live? Like, 1 o'clock? Around 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time through to about, like, 5. The energy was wild. Like, it took a turn. I don't know where we were going. Like, it was all of something and nothing of everything. Like, it was wild. But then we kind of, like, started to swing up again around, like, I don't know, like 7 or so. It started to swing up again. So I'm glad that it did not remain in the swamp for you. I'm glad it kind of turned up a little bit. Yeah, no, you're not alone. Oh yeah, no, you're not alone. Like, everything's winding up like crazy. Oh, you're not alone at all. At all. Well, guys, if nobody needs anything from me, and if nobody needs a read, and nobody has any collective questions, then I might just pop off here. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm still gonna shoot for 11:30. I have a client in the morning, but I'm still gonna shoot for 11:30. That's still gonna be our goal. I'm glad, like, I appreciate when people come in just to say hi. Like, I enjoy that. So thank you for coming in just to say hi. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's half of the fun of what we're building here. So I appreciate the community. So I'm glad that you're having a good night, and I hope you have a great rest of your guys' night, and that goes to everybody in the room. I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. We're on Instagram. Join Instagram. Please, I'm trying so hard with Instagram, and it is completely different content. It is nothing that you see on TikTok. It's nothing that you see anywhere else. It's not on YouTube. Please go ahead and check it out. I'm trying my hardest to get Instagram up and running. Please follow us there. We also have YouTube. You'll see this live and a bunch of other videos on YouTube. So please go check it out. We have a website too if you want to get crazy and do all the things. It's www.ChildOfBalance.com. Sorry, I'm so tired tonight. It is okay. Like, it is okay. Everyone's tired. Like, it is not. Oh, thanks, pizza. I'm trying so hard. I am not an Instagram person. I'm not an Instagram person at all. It doesn't make sense to me. The algorithm doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to put out a menagerie of content on Instagram. Photos, reels, quotes, funny things, product things, service things. Like, I'm trying so hard. So I literally am so glad that you enjoy it, because thank you. Because I'm trying so hard. So hard. Keys knows my struggle. I call her every day to complain about Instagram. To complain about my struggles with Instagram. I'm like, how do I understand TikTok and not Instagram? Explain this to me. But I'm glad that you like it. I just tried to revamp it a couple days ago and, like, step it way up a couple notches. So I'm glad that it looks good to you, because I was pleasantly surprised. I figured out banners. We got the little highlight things. I was super excited about it. So, oh, yes. Oh, all the time. I call Keys all the time to complain about Instagram. I literally will post something, give it 4 hours, and I'm like, Keys, it has 2 views. How is that possible? Like, I will go, like, 2 to 10. And she's like, Instagram sucks. I'm like, I know. But it's a good platform, but you just have to be a big page for it to be a good platform. So we're trying to get to big page status on Instagram, so that we can have a menagerie of different kinds of content, you know? So, and we're doing different kind of content on here too. So, like, I'm breaking up some of the card stuff with some other things, with, like, tidbits if you read the description. So, if you're into, like, I don't know, funny spiritual stuff, because I'm half a goofball. So, like, then the things that are coming up on this page lately are probably going to be funny for you. And if they're not, oh well, they're funny to me. So, but anyway, I feel like your page will get much better. Thank you so much. I really hope so. I do believe that. I just think Instagram is like a hella slow grow. Like, I think Instagram's a slow grow, and especially because we're not following anybody, and I refuse to follow people. And I think that that's probably the number one problem, is that I'm not following anybody, but I don't want to follow people. So, I feel like, especially with other things like TikTok, that's why we get the scammers. So I don't want to be following people, and then people follow people to follow people, and so we're trying to fight the algorithm, but kind of still go with it at the same time. So slow grow. But yeah, so uphill climb. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. But thank you guys for everyone in here. Thank you for all your time, your space, your energy. Check out Insta. It's ChildOfBalance 369. It has our logo, and it has cool things. It's also in our link tree, which I just revamped our link tree because I was tired of the red, so we went like a sassy white. That's what I want to call it. We went to sassy white. And I also added, oh my God, guys, welcome in, Brandon. I haven't seen you forever, my guy. I forgot to tell you that I also added things to our link tree. So now you have a slider button that brings you directly to our services. So for the people who are like, I can't find your website in your link tree, first of all, okay. Second of all, we now have a slider. It brings you directly to the services. It brings you to the handmade shop. It brings you to the the free tree of knowledge page, and it also brings you to the product link categories. So now you can view different pages of our website from our link tree with the slider that is located that says products or shop or whatever. You can find all of those there. So now we're just eliminating all of the struggles that everybody was claiming to have. So I'm just gonna say work has been killer. Oh geez. Well, I'm sorry. Work's been crazy too, so don't worry. A lot of people have been saying work's been kind of, it's been the up-down energy. But I feel the need to tell you that, I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but the collective is spinning up energetically. So things are going to start leveling out, but they're going to go through a rocket launcher first. And it's going to be shot to the moon first, and then it'll become even keel again. But with the excess energy and the pickup, there's going to be a lot of more things and a lot less sludge to have to deal with. So things are going to feel very quick, and the days are going to go by quickly as we move through the rest of the week. But you're going to be busy. But yeah, pretty much. But thank you guys for being here. Check out Instagram. Follow us on Insta. Share it up. Clap it up. Like, we're also on the YouTube, so check that out too. I make thumbnails, so enjoy the thumbnails. I revamped our link tree. It's no more red. It now has a slider that brings you to a lot of cool places. So check it all out. I'm trying my hardest to be as, I don't know, eclectic with our type of content. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope foosball, Bobby. I hope you guys have great time. Have great time. What am I getting my nails done? What is happening? Where's my brain right now? I hope you guys have a great night. I damn fumble fingers. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys I don't know what I hope. I just hope all the things go well for you guys. So if you're in this room, thank you so much for all your support, your love, your follow, your shares, your taps, all of the good stuff, your gifts. Thank you so much. I will see you guys later. Taylor. I ask myself where my brain is every day. Taylor. What does Taylor mean? All the love to all of you guys too. All the love. I will be back on. I'm shooting for 11:30. As long as I can get my client in and out on time, then 11:30 should work just fine. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you. We'll be doing reads again. Thank you so much. I will see you later. 8.5k likes. You guys are awesome. Okay, I'm gonna really see you later now. Bye. Maybe. If I can hit the button. If I can hit the button, we'll do it.